So we are here for the NCAA women's soccer scores for Thursday, September 18, 2025 for the women's college soccer. This season. So we are a month into the season here, and they want to get and it's played outdoors, so they want to get some games done, before it gets cold up north, because you can't really play soccer when it's cold out. I mean, you can, but you can't really play but I mean, it's hard to kick the ball in the snow, constantly kick the ball in the snow and stuff. So they want to get the games, especially So yeah, that's why a lot of the games are done. Why the season is done. A lot of teams start conference tournament beginning of November. End of October, beginning of November timeframe. The end of the regular season. Then that is why we had emergency years in Long Island University 12. Massachusetts 1-0 over Akron. 1-all Northern Illinois and Toledo. Tie. Akron is the first draw Akron, the third loss of the season. And Central Michigan gets their first non-loss result of the season. They still don't have a win. They're 8-game winless streak. But they get a draw, which is the right step for the Central Michigan team. As they're 0-1-7 now. It's wins, draws or ties, and losses last year. Fairleigh Dickinson gets the first win of the season. They've been slowly improving their results. They got a couple of draws in a row. They could have had that, they shouldn't have had a draw against St. John's. That one St. John's game they said. But they had a 2-2 draw, and Fairleigh Dickinson just made 5-0 over Delaware State. So just a dominant win for Fairleigh Dickinson in their NEC. And they get 30 lead in the NEC, get 3 points, which is awesome, if you get you can, get a draw or get some points, that would be, you'd be number one in the league, probably. If you get win or draw in every game, you don't lose a conference game. But I don't think that's going to happen to any team in any conference, to be honest with you. We have how to draw that one. Rocky wins to the Rockmores. East Tennessee State in the Citadel's 2-1. Win for East Tennessee State. Eastern Michigan 1-0 over Buffalo. Northern Kentucky 4-0 over Oakland. Utah State 2-0 over Utah Valley. St. Thomas Minnesota 2-0 Western Illinois. Wagner Central Connecticut 3-0. So Central Connecticut it's still on us. They're 0-2-4 or 0-1-4 win the match. Only 5 non-conference games. And we have Chattanooga 4-0 over Wofford. Drexel and William Mary Drexel. Drexel's had so many draws in their games that probably should have been losses, turned into draws. In games that should have probably been wins, maybe stolen away from draws. They couldn't, and that's another one, they couldn't finish. It ends in a scoreless draw. Missouri to Northwest Tennessee 2-0 over Missouri. College of Charleston 4-1 over Monmouth. Minnesota 4-0 over Gonzaga. Stonehill 3-1 over New Haven. UNC Wellington 1-0 over Eastern. the Dominion 1-0 over James Miss. Nebraska 1-0 Penn State. Nebraska still unbeaten on the year. 5 wins, 4 draws. UCF's 2-0 over Second State. It's kind of, all these draws, everyone's disappointed that's a draw, yes. But, you're not the most happiest ones to draw. Sometimes you are because you can see it, you lose the game. But, teams some teams would rather have that goal because, hey, we have to score, or else two 10-minute overtimes, the goal. We have to, we get more chance to win it. And I get a draw, but there's still draws then. It's more like professional soccer, where there's no draw, where there's no two 20-minute or 10-minute overtimes going, or 2 10-minute overtimes during regular season play. So, I'm not interested in. I would like that but for that, then you have to get extra minutes, and you get a little more injured. These players, so who knows? We had St. Thomas, Minnesota 2-0 Western Iowa. Then we had UCS 2-0 Sacramento State. Stony 2-1 over Kimball. Townsend 2-0 over Hampton. For UNC Greensboro 4-0 over UVMI. Both teams had 7 losses to win that match. VMI was 1-7 in their 9 matches, while UNC Greensboro was 1-7 in their 8 matches. In Green Bay, falls to Youngstown State in Youngstown, Ohio, 3-2. Number 2 in Georgia beats Kentucky 1-0. Bellarmine remains unbeaten. They were 6-2-0, 2 draws, 0 losses. And Bellarmine gets their 7th win of the season with a 2-1 win over Austin Peay. Austin Peay is still winless in the season. No wins on the year for Austin Peay. So, it's kind of tough though to have no wins in the season, but some teams do that, and it's kind of, it's not the feeling you want, They even get 1 on the year. Pittsburgh 2-1 over Boston College. Cleveland State and Mercy tie at 3. Mercer and Furman tie at 2. Texas State gets the 1-0 win over Georgia Southern. Georgia State 1-0 win over up. We have Elon and Hofstra tie at 2. Houston 3-1 over Cincinnati. Houston means 6-2-0. Ray State, Illinois State draw 1. Iowa State 1-0 over Arizona. Jacksonville dominate 6-0 over Queens University. Lipscomb 2-0 over Eastern Kentucky. Maryland 2-1 over Indiana. Western Michigan 3-2 over Miami, Ohio. USC 2-1 over Michigan. North Florida 3-0 over West Georgia. 3-2 number 6 Notre Dame over number 3 Duke. Wisconsin number 22 Ohio State Scottus. Number 24 Oklahoma defeats Florida 2-1. Number 12 Iowa 2-1 over Purdue. Wright State 1-0 over Purdue Fort Wayne. Rice number 25 Rice 2-1 over Florida. NC State over SMU 1-0. Western Carolina Stanford tied 2. South Alabama 4-1 over Coastal Carolina. Number 15 South Carolina. They're 8-1 draw, 1 loss record. 4-0 over Ole Miss. South Florida 1-0 over East Carolina. West Virginia and UCF tied at 0. In Big 12 play. Actually more in Big 12 because there's more than 12 teams in that conference, but and they have Auburn 1-0 over Texas A&M. Number 10 Arkansas recent team about 2-1. 2-0 Northwestern State over UT. Rio Grande Valley. Yeah, Scholarship Fortune still remains unbeaten with a 7. Now going to prove to 7 wins draw in the season with a 1-0 over San Jose State. Texas A&M Corpus Christi and Houston Christian scored a draw. Incorrect Ward 2-0 over Nichols. East Texas A&M and Lamar tied draw 2. Arkansas State Louisiana draw 1. Alabama 2-1 over LSU. UAB number 9 Memphis. Number 9 Memphis still beat in the 7 wins, 2 draws, no losses. And then we have number 4 UCLA and Michigan State at 1-0. And then we have number 19 Kansas. Still mean at 7 wins, 2 draws, and no losses. And Oklahoma State is 4 wins, a draw, and 4 losses. 1-0 win for Kansas. And South Dakota State 2-0 over Wyoming. CF Austin 4-0 over McNeese. Tarleton State 9-0 over the non-division 1 Schreiner. One for Tarleton State. Because on the desktop, where you can see like the win-loss records for every team. That's a non-division 1 opponent. And there's or a division 1 opponent. You can see, I should say, for division 1 opponent. You can't see I should say is, you can't see the records for teams that are in their transition period from division 1 to division 2. In that 4-year transition period, you can't see like the wins and losses for them. But you can see the win. I mean, there's some and then there schools that are non-division 1 opponents taking on division 1 teams. You can't see the win-loss record for division 2, division 3 NAIA school. We have Tarleton State 9-0 dominance over Schreiner. And then number 12 Mississippi State 3-0 over Texas. Southern Miss 2-1 over Troy. Tulsa beat Simple 3-1. Louisiana Monroe 3-2 over Marshall. UTSA 1-0 over Texas. Idaho State 2-0 over UNLV. Kansas State Carl scoreless. Arizona State still being at 8 wins and a draw. Defeat number 10 BYU, gives them their second last year, number 2-1. Hawaii and Long Beach State, they played earlier this season, and they play a second time. Hawaii defeats Long Beach State, or Hawaii, Long Beach State tied 0. Grand Canyon 1-0 over Northern Arizona. Illinois 1-0 over Oregon. Illinois is still being 8 wins and a draw, and there's no losses. None of that falls to San Diego State 4-0. Maryland Marymount over UC Riverside. UC Riverside has no wins, a draw / tie, and 7 losses. Maryland Marymount wins 2-1. Versus 3 wins, a draw, and 2 losses. Cal State Bakersfield 1-0 over UC San Diego. UC Santa Barbara 3-1 over Cal Poly. Northwestern and Washington draw 1-0. 2-0. Washington State defeats North Dakota State, and Mississippi Valley State cancel the rest of their season due to only having 16 players on the roster, and injuries derail their season, so they end up canceling the rest of their season. And they cancel the seat, and they did it because they wanted the health and safety of their players to be number one concern. With other teams having like 20-30 players, they do have a roster cap. The NCAA does run soccer, but you still have enough for like a lot of teams, so enough players for like 2 teams, the whole backbench team, and a whole starting team. So they're able to do like 11-on-11, like reevaluate during points of the season, like which is like play like. Well, it might not be like a full 90 minutes 11-on-11, but they're able to do like maybe like short like 11-on-11 like drills. Either mix the 2 teams together, or they have like the starters against the bench, or mix the teams together, and then they play like so long time limit, game. Like there might be a continuous running clock, no matter if there's like goals scored, or if this is scored, or if that's scored. And then there's like no like break, there would normally be, for certain things. And, maybe like continuous like 60 minutes of game, or like like 45, like continuous, say 60 minutes, or 70 minutes, or like 45 minutes, or something some time limit where they're able to do that and see them play, you know, then you can the best way. But they don't have enough players, teams to do it. You know, they just have like a starting 11 plus maybe a few others for like backup. That's really it, you know. And so they had some injuries, so he said he canceled it due to injuries, and they wanted where the players get injured and all that. Well,